everyone, it's Be Divine, and hopefully you're going to be able to hear me for this reading today. I have got so many cards that I want to show you and work with, and finally have myself an overhead, wow, there's orbs coming in here, an overhead holder for the cards. So this should be interesting as we go along. So if you haven't seen the Labyrinth deck, this is the Labyrinth deck. We're going to start here. I have angel decks. I have all kinds of things to share with you. I hope that this, look at the box, isn't it cute? Hope this is finding you happy and well. Okay, so we're going to start with the Labyrinth cards, and from there, we're just going to move on. And this is just, what we're doing is we're doing general readings here. Just sort of seeing what's around our energy, what's around our focus, you know, whatever comes up. I also want to remind you that you can now get the Domino Angel cards. I have them with me here in the United States. So you also get a little bag that they come in. And the bag is like this one. I'll show you. It's golden, and yeah. So you get a little bag, and I'll put a little prize in there for you as well, like a little surprise, okay? So they're $9.95, and you can get them at my website, Be Divine Online, or you can get them at Rock and Gems. And I just wanted to tell you, like at Rock and Gems, where all of our crystals are, we actually have a whole range of things that are discounted, and really trying to help you all to get some really nice things. So check that out as well, okay? Let's start with our cards. Okay, so we're going to start with the Labyrinth cards. I'm going to move into the Domino Angels, Archangel Michael. We've got a whole lot of cards that we're going to go through today. All right, so all right. What do we need to know? These cards are kind of stiff. Okay, let's have a look. Sun's coming right in my room right now. Okay. First one is the Five of Feathers, which is actually the Five of Swords. And when we have the Five of Swords come up in our reading, it's because we are going through a time of struggle. You know, we're going through a time of many great changes in our life. And it is also a card of communication, because all of the swords are. And in this instance, there may be some harsh words that have been spoken, or perhaps there's been where you've been feeling like there's been some kind of upsetting, angry energy around you for some reason, right? So the Five of Swords asks us to just put down our defenses a little bit and ask yourself if you're in your head, or are you really feeling this, or is it just something that is a fear that's arising in you, okay? Right next to it, you have the Queen of Poles, which is the Queen of Wands. Look at it, okay? And the Queen of Wands is always going to take charge of a situation. So this is what it's asking you to do, is you need to remember that you are in charge of all of your feelings. You know, anything that's going on, you have the capacity to decide whether you want it to be a strengthening capacity or whether you want to fall into playing games, right? And so all this needs to shift its capacity. So you just need to see yourself more in a stronger position than perhaps you have been giving yourself, right? Then we have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, because what will happen is that if you don't, you're going to end up with a lot of strain, and perhaps you're carrying this. But it also leads, with the Ten of Wands, it actually leads to new directions for you anyway. So the Ten of Wands is uncharted territory where you'll be finding yourself moving into a new direction, okay? So just don't carry all your burdens with you as you go. And you move into the Empress energy, okay? So as you're moving and you're moving forward, all right, you end up with the Empress energy of understanding, of abundance, and a new location for yourself. You've got to be able to maintain your Empress energy, maintain your own inner strength, etc. Make sure that you are focusing on what you're doing and where you want to go, okay? Allow the abundance of the universe to flow into your life. But it just seems to me, with both of these cards being feminine cards, that there's feminine strength here within you, and that you have guides and angels that are watching over you as well, okay? And as we continue to move forward, I was just checking whether that was recording or not. We continue to move forward here. We have the 10 of Cups. Okay, so this is your ultimate happiness place. When you're working for yourself, when you're working in your own space, when you're accepting all the strengths that you have, okay, you move forward into the ultimate happiness energy as well. And the 10 of Cups is the result. And if we were looking at this from a worldwide perspective, we would see that we're stressing out. We would see that there's things that are under control. We would see that there's things that we are carrying and we don't need to. And it seems like we go into this ultimate happiness energy anyway, right? So if we were looking at the worldwide events, there's someone coming forward, and it is something to do with a feminine energy. Okay, I don't know whether it's planetary. I mean, it seems to be pretty big. Whether it's planetary or a person is coming forth to bring us into this energy of liberty as well. It seems like we're just going to have to remain strong, and also trying not to look at everything from a doom and gloom perspective, all right, as well. Try to remember that the ultimate, we're just going to get another card here. There's the Hermit. Okay. So as we pull back from all of the noise around us, we start to have a better perspective of what's really going on. And you're really encouraged to do this now. I mean, I'm teaching in my academy. Light leaders are getting so much strengthening tools for their journey that they can hardly believe it. That they're sitting there and there's just so many things. And I'm like, you know, I've been trying to do this for so many years, to share this energy, because I feel like I need to share all of this knowledge now. And they're realizing by going into this training and going into their spiritual side even deeper than they thought that they were, they are empowered to move ahead and therefore help other people, right? That's how it works. So, really remember that you need to pull back your energy and bring yourself into your own personal strength. And right now what we have is craziness, of course, differing opinions again, and we have leadership that is angry with its own people. So with his own people. So we've got to maintain our own energy vibration with it all, right? And continue to be responsible for ourselves. That's the way it's going to have to be right now. Okay. We're just going to keep going with cards. I'm just trying to get them out of my way. All right. We've got the beautiful sun coming. You can see the sun coming in over the desk here. And I'm going to just light some sage. So this is Sunday, of course, and I kind of like doing a Sunday morning reading for you all, with you all. And hopefully I've got enough charge in my phone. It will be absolutely fine. Okay. So with the, also I just wanted to say that even with the Light Leaders Academy, you can actually become an affiliate, and then you'll get 10% of any sale that you make as well. So I've set this up, and you know, it's a quite little chunk that you'll get if you encourage somebody else to sign up as well. And this is, you know, the Academy is really, really powerful for integration with others that are like-minded as well. And we have weekly Zoom talks. You know, we get on and we talk about the lessons or talk about life or what you're experiencing, and I'm right there with you. Okay. I just like to have my sage on as well. All right, so then we're going to just start with Domino Angels, okay? And as I said, you can get yourself a deck. They're a beautiful little deck. I'm also working on the Dragon Energy cards and the Mystical Messages. I have some Angels of Love cards that I want to bring forth. So we'll see. Thank you for helping someone who's self-published and doing this without any big tech support, believe me. Okay, let's have a look. Oops, they're upside down, but that doesn't matter. Okay. Archangel Michael is with you, and he's helping you to develop your psychic awareness. You may have strong urges to speak with someone. Perhaps this is someone that you've avoided, but now is the time to follow through with it. And you'll have the most energy at night, so you should attend things that you are invited to. Not a really good time for gambling, so keep your money in your wallet. Unexpected visitors may come through the night, or just, you know, towards the evening. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Light a dark blue or purple candle to connect. So Michael is very much like Archangel Gabriel as well, and connected in, the number 5's come up again here, and connected in with our third eye psychic abilities. I want to tell you something. People are always focusing on their third eye opening, but let me tell you, your third eye is already open. You've just got to balance yourself in with all of the other chakras as well. There are so many entanglements that can happen within your body, and that can be connected to your different aspects of your chakras and your auric fields. The lesser chakras as well need to be, you know, completely cleansed and cleared. And all of the hooks and the entanglements with others and different cords that we have as well that connect in with all the chakras and past lives, relationships, relational with our family, you know, soul cords as well, past life cords, and they intertwine in all of the chakras. And, you know, learning how to untangle all of that energy and clear it all out is really, really powerful for yourself as well as others. And Archangel Michael helps you to understand that you have this inner sense, you have this inner healer, you have this inner psychic, whatever you want to call it. And it's really time that more of you started to embrace who you really are, instead of always putting yourself last and saying, oh, well, I can't do it like this person, so I'm just not going to do it. Or, oh, no, I've got to work my 9 to 5, you know, or whatever. You know, you're doubting your abilities, and we need you to be empowered and strong. You know, this is what the angels are always saying, you know, embrace who you really are, because a stressed you is not who you're really supposed to be, you know. So what else have we got here? We have the energy of Archangel Muriel. We haven't had her come up for a while. And this is talking about protecting your home, okay? There may be thieves in the area. You could have been a victim of this. There could be people sending you negative vibrations. Please ask the angels to stand guard at your home. You can also place angels at all of your windows and ask them to place a colored light through your home as well. So Muriel, you could use a lavender or pink color and ask for the home to be filled with pink light. Just bringing in love energy and protection. So ask the angels to be there. You also may be losing things or becoming forgetful. This always passes with a reason behind it. The reason usually has to do with the upgrades that we're going through, okay? A person of authority or a person in uniform may visit your home. This is just something that comes up with this particular card. It's number 8. It could just be someone knocking on the door, you know, to check your water meter or something like that. But when that happens, it's a sign. It's a sign for you to make sure that you're really connecting in with protection, etc. Remember that good always replaces the bad. Thank you, Archangel Muriel. So you have your abilities and then you're protected, okay? You're getting your messages. Don't doubt them. Make sure you're in your place of receiving. If you're not in your place of receiving, any messages that you get are dangerous, okay? I hear it all the time, people randomly talking to spirit. Oh, I had this message. Well, you shouldn't be getting a message unless you are in your place of receiving. You shouldn't. We shouldn't be bombarded daily. We have to make sure we're putting up beautiful, energetic boundaries as well. And finally, let's have a look at this card, the Angels of Patience. All right, so the Angels of Patience are with you, asking you to calm down. It may be there is all kinds of arguments stemming from jealousy around you, but don't give in to anger. Now, didn't we just see this with the labyrinth, the arguments, the stress? Situations will be calmed with people looking to you for guidance and peaceful resolutions. What's going to be your resolution? Is your resolution to elevate, problems? I doubt it. Okay. We ask the Angels of Patience, and we ask them, and remember that when we ask the angels for help, there are legions of angels that come forward. Okay, the legions of angels are 6,000 in number. So 6,000 per legion comes, okay, with every angelic angel that you ask for. So when you ask for a group of angels that are already in a group, each one of those have 6,000 angels. Do you know how protected you are? You must remember to ask, okay? I'm also going to be teaching oracle card readings and tarot as part of a section of, or a semester of, the Light Leaders Academy. So I'd really like to have you there if you'd like to learn things. Archangel Michael is with you, bringing a time when secrets are revealed, problems are resolved. Now this could be in a worldwide sense as well. You are now being given extra gifts of prophecy and deep wisdom from lives gone by. See, Cain Burial saying it, now Burial's reaffirming it. So much will start to make sense. You may feel like suddenly moving to another place or another country. Follow whatever instincts you have right now as they tune in with your life path. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Light a burgundy candle to connect. So we just be patient. We ask for the extra protection. We open up all of our senses to all of the messages that we are receiving, right? And we stop focusing on all of the stress that everybody's putting in our plate. Because people overthink everything, worrying and worrying. And to me, I'm not going to have as great an answer as the angels are going to have. I'm not going to be as well equipped to handle situations on my own like angels can, right? So now it's the time that we learn to trust in these. We just need to trust in this vibration. And we can't always do things when everything's going well. It's kind of easy to have faith, right? It's kind of easy to keep going when everything's going well. But when there's a drama or a worldwide catastrophe, that's where you see where everybody is at. And, a lot of people are just running around panicking and causing problems for others as well. And we don't need to do this. We need to stay very gentle. I've learned in my life and through my practices over 30 years now that You don't falter. You can't falter. You have to be as strong, you know, tough as nails, okay, in all of this work, because people will try to destroy you, and it's on a daily basis. And if you're not tough, you're always giving in to everybody's demands, you will suffer, you know, and you don't need to. Don't give in to all of that stuff. All right, I'm going to see what the Moonology cards are saying. Okay, so come on, Moonology. What do we say to everybody? Okay. The energy is gaining momentum. This is the waxing moon. So, and this does not in any way show us what the moon's actually doing today. These are just, we're just getting messages from the moon energy. And this one is saying, hey, look, we're building momentum here. Something is about to happen that is very, very, and as you can sort of tell by the picture, is extremely peaceful and enjoyable for us, right? As we're moving along. So things are starting to gain momentum. Look at these beautiful colors. We keep getting our third eye colors. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. And communication happens a lot with Gemini. I mean, they're connected with Mercury, right? And we have to keep on talking and asking for things that we actually want to have happen, not the things we don't want. I see so many people stressing out and screaming out in prayers, please, please, please help us. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. It shows your lack of faith. You know, you have to say thank you. I'm so grateful for your help and assistance. See how much nicer that sounds then. Please help us, God. Oh my God. That's panic. That's not a belief that it's actually going to happen. That's fear. Okay? So we need our communication, the words that we're saying, what we are declaring is extremely important. Aha, now you want to see this? Prosperity lies ahead. Wouldn't it be amazing if all of the energy of truth just continues to come forward, which it is right now if you're looking in the right places. And we all begin to see that money has been behind everything that's going on right now around the world. That there are devious things that have been taking place, and our leadership, unfortunately, is extremely involved in it, as well as everybody or every leader around the globe are involved with things. And our prosperity comes from this communication coming forward, and people finally beginning to understand the true and full, complete picture, not just bits and pieces that we are told, okay? I've been telling you for a long time now that the light already has won, that there was going to be, and this began in, everyone was freaking out about 2012, everyone was freaking about the year 2000. And in 2012, there was going to be the beginning of many destruction of corruption, much destruction of corruption around the globe. And it's begun, okay? And here we're in the final throes of it. And prosperity is lying ahead for everybody. Stop focusing on the petrol prices and the way the inflation is right now, because this is all going to change. Because all of you are going to find out why this has really been this way. And people are going to begin to stand up, okay? Prosperity is coming. We've got to remain in an abundant energy. And here it comes again. I'm sure I had this the other day. A fiery climax approaches. It's not going to be pretty, you know, but it's coming anyway, and we need this to finish. We're sick of it. Okay, it's one thing after the other with this BS that's been going on, you know. Now C19 is non-existent after all the people have stressed about it for the last 2 years and caused divisions with everybody and fighting and you should do this and you should do that and blah, 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 and now there's nothing. And then people don't have to have the jab now, and there's people that did take it and now crying their eyes out. I told you to hang in there. I know it's hard. I know it was hard. I know. But here comes the climax. Are you ready for what's going to be revealed? You may think you are. Don't let the past hold you back. Your past. Okay, the South Node is our past. Past lives or past energy. And we need to move ourselves into a fresh new beginning. So if the past is full of fear, the past is also the energy, you know, of the world nodes or the earth nodes. And that's Scorpio, and Scorpio's behind us now. Scorpio was poison. The poison ended. Get it? The infection. It ended. So we don't want to continue to this continue into our narrative over and over and over again. We've got to remember that we are divinely guided and protected. And nothing is yet set in stone. Okay? We have a mutable moon here, which means it's movable. And we can change our outcomes. Okay? We don't have to live the way that we've been living. Okay? We can change our outcomes, change our perspective, bring ourselves into empowerment, stop giving in to what everybody else is doing, saying, feeling, thinking. Okay, what's our final message from the moon? Haha, and we go into our destiny. Isn't that funny? The North Node. You can look up what your North Node is. And it's funny, North Node is your destiny. And it's a collective destiny as well. We're pushing ourselves. It doesn't matter what everyone's trying to distract us with. We're all coming together and pushing ourselves forward into our destiny, which is abundant. It's prosperity lies ahead for us. You know, yes, things are going to get... depends on your perspective of everything. But yeah, things are going to get chaotic in some ways while this is taking place, while this is being taken down. And we move into to more of our destiny, which is actually Taurus, and it is more abundant. Okay? It was Gemini, now it's going into Taurus, I believe. Don't quote me exactly on that, because the nodes have changed, right? Okay. Okay, so let's move on. So we have this energy gaining momentum. We have this communication. We have prosperity coming. We've got this ending. So this is the climatic energy of everything changing, finishing. If Aries is coming in, it's also a new beginning. So as soon as this ends, you know, we're moving into a new beginning. And we're not letting our past hold us back. Whatever happened before was ridiculous, and nothing is yet set in stone. So everyone's saying, oh, this is going to happen and we're doomed and no, that's not going to happen unless they may stay in that vibration. That may be their reality, but we want to step out of the comfort zone and into our future. We want to do it. We want to move into our spiritual destiny. Okay. And we're going to see who's guiding us into it with these guidance cards. These are like master guides, and I forget what they're called because I don't keep the boxes for some of these little ones. Who's working with us through all of this? He's working with us through all of this. Okay, so the Miriam, sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all and remember that love has no boundaries. These are the Miriam. They are connected with us and trying to help us as a collective to remain in that peaceful energy. And remember that love is real, okay? And remembering that you all have the strength within you. You really do. If anyone's ever told you that you can't do things, or, you know, there are some spiritual, so-called spiritual people out there that they knock you down in your abilities, and, you know, they're jealous of your abilities and they don't want you to get there, you know. And that's, to me, that's really sad. And that's blocking all of us by doing that. We've got to share, you know. So the Miriam bring us the sacred vision. Oh, I knew this was going to come up. Look at we have the roses as well. Mary Magdalene and the lilies again. Okay, so lilies are the peaceful energy. The teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. And you don't need to share any negative thoughts and feelings, you know. And people come up on my page sometimes and feel that I need to look at the Bible. You know, I've done that game. It's a trap. It's full of fear, and I'm not moving into it. So people might be well-meaning and thinking they can save me. I just think that people should mind their own business and save themselves, you know, or create their own channel and talk all they want about what they believe and how scared they are. But if it comes on my channel, it's gone. So I just can't. It's not about that. It's about love. It's not about judging people, because God's supposed to do that. It's about empowering people. And Christ never judged anybody. Christ himself helped no matter who needed helping, as long as they were willing to see what the problems were in the first place and why they were there. What did you learn from it, he said. What did you learn from having this affliction? And if you knew what it was, you would get a healing, because you could finally let it go. And these people come forward and treat me like I'm some kind of witch or sorcerer or something like that. And I'm not having it in my space at all. I've had my whole life being told about the Bible, my whole life, and where I was wrong or whatever. And I can tell you one thing. I'm happy. I'm content. I have love in my life. And I don't stress every single day about what God's going to think about me, because I know he loves me unconditionally, as he does you. So, Christians, please, we love you, but go and spread your light somewhere else, or your darkness, or whatever you're doing, because it's not welcome here. And I love Mary and I love Jesus, and I'm allowed to, and they love us as well. They don't care about they care about our heart. So I'll take care of my own soul. Okay, Serapis Bay, important part of Ascension. Moving into your true self, rising above the darkness, you see? The light is here. The light is here. The light's already here. So those people spreading the fearful energy and panicking and bulk buying and, all of this stuff, hey, there's plenty enough to go around. We just need to remain aware, of course, and protected, but remain empowered. And Serapis Bay is extremely powerful, ascended master that will help you also with healing and removing blocks, and will help you. He's one of my team, one of my my light team, right? And he comes forward with this infinite abundance energy as well. No nonsense, of course. Like, he's empowered. So you don't look at Serapis Bay and think to yourself, well, he needs to be saved. There's something wrong with him. He just looks empowered, strong. No, you just wouldn't mess with him. You wouldn't go asking him, well, now, Serapis, you know, what do you think? Aren't you worried about where you're going to go and what's going to happen? And aren't you worried about the state of the world? And does he look worried? Does any of them look worried? They look peaceful, you know, with love and light. And we have to be this way as well. Here comes faith. Huh. Humanity, benevolence, stay calm. Trust the good in yourself and others. See the light in the world. Yes. Hallelujah. Look, all of these are quite, every single one of them is quite heart-spaced and, you know, right at you, you know, looking at you, telling you, what is the world that you want to have? Do you want to have a world where the elites are in control and the rest of us are slaves? People think that that's not a reality, but that's what they actually want to have happen. Now, is it going to happen? No, because their plans have been spoiled. Okay, things have changed. And this is on an energetic level with our support out in the cosmos, helping this to connect, because they don't want to see us go through a whole nother cycle of slavery. Okay, a whole nother different type of terrible control energy. The elites want it because they want everybody to, suffer, and only they have what they want. Okay, and they control everything. That's not going to happen. They may think it's going to happen, but it's not. Okay, and we have to remember the faith in humanity. We have to remember we're ascending. We have to remember that the teacher's awakening. We have to remember that we have sacred vision. We have the energy of what we need in the here and now. We know what we need to do, and it's just a matter of doing it. And on top of it all, we have Horus, cosmic gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. You've got this. Work with your crystals. Open yourself up to a place of receiving. I've got plenty of declarations here on YouTube for you. There's all the information. There's 1,600 videos plus. And all the information over the years is all building us to this point now. And we have to remember who we really are. It's one of the most important things that we can do for ourselves. And you're seeing clearly, okay? There's just some people out there that are following others that are supposed to be helping you, but they're keeping you in a low vibration. Please be aware of that. You know, I can tell sometimes by some of the questions just where people are looking at things, you know, and you just got to be careful of looking around and, oh, I need to see if this reading and this reading and this reading, and maybe they'll all say the same thing, and, you know, it just leads us into going around in circles and forgetting about our own divinity. Okay, you're already connected. Do it yourself. Trust in it. And just underneath, I was pulling out this card. Look at that. Let go of fear now. We're going to do some Archangel Michael cards. Look at how beautiful this is. Okay. Have confidence. All right. All right, Archangel Michael, we thank you for being with us and connecting with us now and bringing us into a beautiful place of protection and receiving. We're grateful for all the gifts that we have and for all of the people that we connect with that are positive and calm, peaceful, and all of the learning that we are having right now. We thank you, Archangel Michael, for looking after all of these situations and spreading lights even more fiercely than normal around the globe, dissolving all these negative energies and exposing the truth for all to see. Okay, Archangel Michael, what are the messages that everybody needs to hear today? And it came up again. You just heard me shuffling. Let go of fear now. Archangel Michael, please help me feel safe and deserving of your guidance. Thank you for clearing me of heavy, toxic, or ego-based thoughts or feelings. Archangel Michael says, allow us to help you. Allow us as angels to be your strength. Give us all of your worries and concerns and let go of the fear and the outcomes. And this also, look at the third eye, you know. Again, you're getting the information. You're already open and connected. Trust in this guidance. Keep your eyes on your target, on your targeted intention. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me focus on my inner vision and intention. I ask for guidance in releasing any fears or doubts, granting me the confidence and courage to take action toward realizing my dreams. We must have targeted intention, focusing on exactly where we want to go, not what everyone else is telling us. It's really important that we learn this lesson now as we're moving ahead. And we will meet our mark, what we want to do. It will come up. It's time to leave this unhealthy situation. What does this mean for you? What unhealthy situation are you involved with? Archangel Michael, what parts of my life do I need to focus on more closely right now? Thank you for helping me hear your answers and for giving me the courage to make healthy changes in my life. It's so sad that the creator of these oracles now, we know who she is completely full of fear, completely full of control, and renouncing everything that she ever did, even though it helped millions and millions of people. And what happened? She became fearful. And you have to remove yourself from anybody, anything you're watching that is fear-based. I'm sorry, but it's true. You know, these people who are supposed to be leading you in your journey are freaking out right now, or making assumptions, or full of anxiety and telling you. Stay away from it. There is darkness sitting in spirituality as well. So-called spiritual people. There's darkness sitting there. Be careful, okay? Because it's getting more and more right now. All right? Focus on strengthening messages. And this is what you're going to get from here. Strengthening messages. We need to be aware, but we need to strengthen ourselves. Last message. Have confidence. Archangel Michael, please lend me your courage and fortitude. Help me realize that I am one with all that is divine wisdom, strength, love, creativity, abundance, and health. Allow me to feel confident and peaceful about myself in all ways. It was interesting because when my son was trying to get his passport to stay in the United States, right before all of the shutdowns began to happen, we had like a window. And this card came up for me that day. Okay, I'm worried about this and I'm trying to control it and I want it to happen and I want him to be here and, you know, please help, I'm not seeing anything. And I was really in a state. And this card came up, you know what, it just allowed me to go, you know what, I'm letting go of it right now. That's it. I've got my thoughts in it too much and I need to let go of it right now. And within a couple of hours of having confidence and just letting it go, there was a resolution. So let's keep our eye on where we're going. Let's let go of fears. Let's have confidence. And leave any situation that is toxic. You can't fix it. You can't fix it. And a person who is, you know, in a bad way or needs healing or whatever, they're not going to heal in the same place that made them unwell either, right? It's time to move ahead. Everybody. And fix yourself first. Then worry about everybody else, because you'll have the formula then. You know, people take too many shortcuts. They just want to do it, but they haven't fixed themselves, and it's evident. Okay. Let's keep going. All right, we've got some other cards we're doing here. I'm actually going to bring out the Gregory Scott cards because we like those. Okay, cards. You always need to ask your cards what you want from them. So I'm asking for a clear picture of what's coming up for all of us in the near future as a collective and around the world. Okay, so the first card is the Three of Wands. This is where we're at, okay? This is a card of prosperity and strength and moving into the direction that you want to move into. And as you can see here, he's quite confident because he's moving on the back of a lion. The lion teaches us a lot, because especially about confidence and letting go of fear, because the way that I see it is we all know what a lion can do. It has a reputation before we even meet it of exactly what's going to happen if you are face to face with a lion, okay? So therefore, it's a card of confidence. Again, having confidence in yourself and seeing yourself as protected. I mean, who's going to mess with a lion? Why don't you bring in the protection of the lion energy into your life and sit on top and move into the energy of prosperity? Because you all have talents that you're not using. Some of you are, but some of you aren't. And now you need to see past all of these illusions of what if this happens and what if that happens, and instead say, well, what if this happens and I'm actually completely happy and successful and supported. So if you think that way, that's what becomes your reality. So we have the Three of Wands, which is prosperity. We have the Five of Cups, which is, you know, feeling the emotional sadness of things and wishing things were a little different. And many people are grieving right now as well. So, you know, there's this sense of, I want to do this, but I'm held back. And you can't allow yourself to be held back. There is a time and a place for us to have our feelings on the surface. Sometimes it happens, you know. You saw me crying in a couple of videos ago, you know, just letting it out. Because there is grief here about how we've been treated. And there's grief here about the losses around the globe. There's just, it's a ridiculous energy that did not need to happen. And it was done to try to mold and change everybody. So there's sadness about that. And allow yourself to feel any feelings too, because you're having a great clearing. You're having a great healing now. You're moving into a more temperate energy of balance and understanding. And, you know, letting go of this sadness. Maybe you're letting go of restrictions that you had before. And starting to, in these cards, you know, being out in nature more often and being more connected with who you are. So each of these cards so far, themselves is in the forefront. You know, it's connecting with yourself. Having this balancing take place as well. And this leads you into celebrations. Okay? Some of you, this is the Three of Cups is a marriage, a baby being born, a baptism, something that you're celebrating like graduation, you know, like a celebration, someone's birthday. But it's more than that. It's a everybody coming together kind of a feeling in celebration. It doesn't matter who you are, that you're finally able to relax, you know, in this energy. And being in a space that you can feel free to actually celebrate anything that you want to celebrate. Okay? And no one's wearing anything on their face here. Huh. This is where we were, all covered up. This is, you know, and we need to move into this blissful, we don't care what anyone's saying or thinking energy. We're doing our own thing, and this brings us into the happiness that we want. So we have in this card, we have the Ace of Swords. And again, that talks about communication being key. You saw Archangel Michael's card with the sword. You saw the card of communication. So the things that this person is connecting with the world. They're channeling information. They're interested in the stars. They've got the sword right here. Right there protecting them. But they're focused on what they're doing. So the Ace of Swords is about a new start. Okay? Always. But it's about a new start in the way that you communicate with yourself as well. Are you going to communicate with yourself in strength? Or are you going to communicate in sadness? Are you going to always fear the worst? Are you always going to expect the bad things to happen? Oh, this always happens to me. I try to do this and this always happens. You know, you're setting yourself up to fail. This is gathering knowledge as well and putting it to good use. He has the color green on his jacket, which means that he's using it for healing. You need to use your communication to heal. Okay? If you don't know how to do it, I'm not joking when I say the Light Leaders Academy is the way that you're going to get all the information you've ever needed about your spiritual path and spiritual therapies, and then some. Consider it, you know. Okay. All right. So then the lady energy, the feminine energy, is more into emotional energy of love and connection. And it seems like there's a healing going on here with this person being completely beaten up. And here comes the mermaid. She kisses him and brings him back to life, right? So all is not lost. We have a lot of support around us, and we have to follow our intuitive energy, which is, this is coming up like the angel Muriel, like the angel Muriel. It's that kind of watery feel of emotions and abilities to heal, even when we're in dire straits, right? Even when we're in a helpless position, like this particular energy and this particular energy, we feel helpless, but there's guidance there. We need to ask for it. Oh my God. And then we move into the Ten of Pentacles. This is like one of the best cards in the deck. We move into the Ten of Pentacles energy, and we are setting ourselves up, you know, for the rest of our generations to come. We are setting ourselves up to celebrate that everybody's finally sort of settled. There are some things going on, and some people that are saying that if all goes to plan, everybody should be receiving a huge lump sum of money because of all that we've been through that's been placed upon us. You know, and I don't even know whether money's going to be really the thing that we're doing, but there's some kind of energy here of relief, of inheritance, inheriting prosperity, abundance, however that is for you, and having a very, very happy and settled energy. And this comes also from using your own skills to create it, instead of being in this energy of total fear, the Four of Swords. Now, the Four of Swords tells you about taking a break from your mental exhaustion. Because if you don't, wake yourself up from the nightmare, you're going to be completely bombarded when all of this truth comes forward. The Four of Swords talks about resting when you need to and allowing that to take place in your life. Waking yourself up from the nightmare that you're putting yourself through. This is an illusion. He's seeing that this is happening, but it's not. This is what he believes is going to happen. Everything's going to end. Okay? We've got to stay out of that energy as much as we can. What else do we need to know? See? So in this one, this is the Eight of Swords. This hand comes now. So the hand comes down. There's a hand here. The hand doing work over here. Okay? So we're getting the hand of the divine coming through. There's a hand here. Okay? We're getting help. All right? Now, in this particular instance, the Eight of Swords is the kind of energy of being bound and restricted and not seeing that there is actually a way out. And in this particular instance, it's telling you, hey, the hand is pushing her energy back into reality because she was in all of this illusion. Okay? And he's like, look, stop. And as soon as she lets go of all of these swords and being so afraid, she pushes back down to earth. And the energy begins to change. And we go into this magnificent... Now we have two aces come up here in the reading. There's abundance overflowing. It's a wealth card. It's a wealth connection here. So someone's going to be getting something that they've always wanted. New changes are about to occur. New locations for some of you coming up this year. Cup is overflowing with joy and happiness and births and announcements. Balance. The world goes into this peaceful, it goes into this peaceful energy of finally people are starting to see the bigger picture and not living in the energy of the hangman, which is limbo, waiting for things to change. And in this instance, the angels are saying, hey, you can get up if you want to and change your perspective. And this perspective, he's got the light still illuminated around his head. He just feels like he needs to sacrifice himself for everybody else's needs. And maybe people are arguing and creating a sense that this person needs to get themselves out of the way. Maybe that's you. The Knight of Swords brings through something in this picture, okay, even though he's yelling at him and all this kind of craziness, right? He looks sad. This person here is trying to tell him, hey, look, the boss has got his guard down. We need to pull back. We need to heal. We need to change. And he's not listening. Okay, so he's dominating the situation. But this person here is coming from their heart with truth that's not being heard by him. And that's okay. It doesn't need to be. The truth is there for all to see. And it starts coming forward. And we're not living in this energy of stress and going without. Because this is the world that the elites want us to have. And remember, we've got the victory here. Okay? And the Hermit has come up again. We must strengthen ourselves, go into our healing, go into our inner space, and see things for what they really are. Okay? This is very powerful, as you can see the lights coming out of the energy here. And we move away from these restrictions once again. This looks like the same kind of energy here. This person down here, controlled, see? And once again, we move into this energy where we're in this peaceful, abundant reality. And so sadly, some people are going to be in this reality of stressing out. There's no way out. This is never going to get any better. And I might as well just drink myself to oblivion, or, you know, I might as well just give up. And sadly, people are doing this. I'm just going to give up. I'm just going to give in to the illusion. And sadly, that's what's happening in a lot of places. It doesn't need to. Final outcome. Final outcome. Look, we go back to work. We go back to doing the things that we love. This is the Eight of Pentacles. It's also about teaching your skills and going back to school, going back into training, okay? And quite happily doing so as well. There's a coin on everything here. There's a coin on everything that he's done. So when you work for yourself, when you connect with your own skills, when you share those skills with other people, you are always in the energy of the sun, which means that nothing can get you except for yourself, okay? The final outcome is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles in the Gregory Scott Tarot says, creative soul, work is not just a mechanical act. We can infuse everything we do with our own spark of life, with a little something that makes what we do unique and totally our own. See? Skills. You've got them. Things are really going to shift here. And probably by August we end up in this total freedom. I know that seems like a long way away, but it's really not. And in fact, we've got to move here in August. We've got to move from this house, and we don't even, you know, we were supposed to move last year, but my dad died, and that was like, he died and we had to move by August, and he died in June, and it was too much. So we are open to receiving the perfect space and moving forth with helping others and creating a larger academy, and also working with animals as well. Just keep on moving forward, right? So the next cards that I'm going to do, I know, I'm just going to keep going for a little while here. I don't know where. The sun is kind of moving up now a little bit, so there is going to be this little space here of shadow. I have a light above us, but we're just going to have to deal with it, okay? So the next cards that I'm going to do are the Legends Tarot. I wonder if this is going to start backing us up with what we just had. All right, so this time I'm going to try my best to do a bit of a Celtic cross. The Legends Tarot, illustrated by Anne Stokes, who does those beautiful drawings that you may recognize when you see these cards. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to try to do a bit of a Celtic cross. I don't want it to be upside down, so there we go. See if we can fit it on. And you can also get your own readings as well. Your own crystals. Everything is discounted. Okay. If you're a patron, you're going to get even more discounts. Okay. So here we go. So the first card is the now. All right. So this is the now, right now. And we have the High Priestess that's come up. Okay. The High Priestess says everything's a mystery. All right, she kind of doesn't really know, but she's asking you to trust in your intuition, because whatever is coming forward right now, you're not supposed to have the answer to it. You're supposed to just reflect on what you would like, you know, in manifesting those things in your life, okay? So the High Priestess, a major arcana card, a major event is happening right now. We will be moving into a full moon coming up soon. And we will need to take back our own strength and power. The High Priestess is in learning, also in teaching. She's moved from being the magician, and now she is the High Priestess. So she knows a little more than she did before, and she's able to put all the elements together, and this is you. But you can't know. It's almost like there has to be a mystery around us right now. We're not supposed to know exactly because we may knock it off of balance. Okay? But blocking us is this card here. The star is actually blocking us. So what this means is there's absolutely hope for the future. There's absolutely healing here. This is a major card. And she's watching the birth of a dragon. Okay? So there's birth here and rebirth, but we're blocking this from happening because we're trying to figure everything out too much. Do you see what I'm saying? We're trying to figure it out. It's a mystery for a reason. Now she's staring intently and hoping that there's going to be a birth soon and healing. We are blocking these results. So we just need to be aware that that's what we're doing. Okay? Because the truth is going to be revealed. Now, this is what is over us. This is the near future. In some cases, this is the heart of the matter, the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is the Two of Wands, and that is that we are actually more connected than we're being told right now. All right, so we are more in tune than we've been told. We're more connected than we've been told. We are more brotherhood. We have brotherhood energy. We love our fellow people, and they're telling us that we're not. And we actually are connected. In fact, more people have been connected through the nonsense, because of the nonsense, rather than what they were hoping, and that is that we would all fall apart. We've actually come through. So the heart of the matter is our truth, healing, and connection with each other. Right? The heart of the matter is community, strength, and connection. Now, underneath the situation, hopefully you're going to be able to see this card, is the Eight of Cups. So this is past. We turned our back on crap. This is underneath us. We let it go, and we needed to. There was some things that we just couldn't stand by and watch anymore, right? There's just some things that we just couldn't have in our energy. And so we let this go, okay? And this was a good thing. We turned our back on this. And this is something we also let go of, and that is the Knight of Pentacles. So we let go of waiting and waiting for somebody else to save us. We let go of this as well. We let go, and then this is not exactly a negative thing, but we let go of needing others to come ahead and help us. It was taking too long, you know. The narrative kept changing. You know, if you watch people that are talking about being saved by aliens or something, it keeps changing. The dates keep shifting because they don't know, and they shouldn't put out information that they don't know. But it's giving people this illusion that, you know, by doing nothing at all of our own, that people are going to come forward and suddenly save us. And that's not true. We've got to move forward on our own. We've got to keep moving forward, and then the help arrives. Not sitting back waiting for help to come and get you out of the situation. You're doing nothing for it. And that's what people were believing. So we're done waiting now. Okay? Now this is coming up in the near future, this card here. And the Eight of Swords has come up again. So we're getting out of this illusion. Okay? We've got a way out of our situations. We know we may not be seeing it, but we do. So in the near future, there will be a sensation that we are restricted again. But we actually have a way out. Okay? Maybe this sensation of restriction is all the petrol prices and all the food prices and everything going through the roof right now. okay? And maybe we need to look at it in a different way and why this is happening. But it's going to change anyway. But still, you know, we may feel restricted. People are saying, oh, it's going to go, no, it's not going to last forever. It's going to stick through it, okay? April comes in a huge big bang of beautiful energy that's very, very spiritual. So we'll just hang in there, okay? We can do it. Been through worse. Okay, so this is about us, okay? Now, this Five of Cups came out upside down when I was looking at this, which means the grief is over. But I just want to say that on our minds, there's a lot of emotional energy, and part of that has to do with, part of the reason why we have so much energy of emotion right now is because we're shifting into these other dimensions. Okay, we're leaving the energy of the 3D horrific world behind and moving our energy into a better future. And by focusing on the best, focusing on peace, and by focusing on love, that's the future we have for ourselves, right? So in our environment, in our home, this is the home, a home moving card. So either the energy in your house is shifting or shifted because you've done this work, and healing is coming in with the beautiful unicorns. Love is coming in, right? Change is coming in. Either that's happening or you're moving house. Like I was just saying, we're going to have to move. We may move sooner. You know, we're open to what the universe has in store for us. But it doesn't mean we sit back and just go, oh, we'll just wait till August and then we'll know. Because you have to be proactive, you know, as you're moving forward as well. So, beautiful energy coming in and building something here as well. This is what other people think. Isn't that awful? Other people are scared. Other people are controlling. We have the devil energy here, which brings us into a vibration of chained up, you know, not being able to do what we want to do. This is how other people are feeling. And maybe other people are looking at you as though there's something wrong with you because you're not scared, right? Other people are looking at you like, why aren't you afraid right now? Why aren't you going out and bulk buying? And why aren't you, you know? And also, the devil can indicate here that this is the control that we've been under, is tyranny. And we've been under an evil energy. And we have been. And that's worldwide, you know. We've been under this evil energy. And we're going to see in this particular card, the outcome is the Five of Wands. So in 5 weeks, okay, our realities change in the next 5 weeks, over the next 5 weeks. And we're not the outcome is that we're not going to put up with it. Okay, that we're sick of beating ourselves up on the inside, and we're actually going to place the blame, if you want to call it that, where it belongs, with this devil energy causing all of the stress. The wands bring us creative vibration and also allow things to speed up a little bit. The thing about the coins in the cards are that it's a little slow in coming, and we got sick of waiting for this one. Where, oh, you're going to just, you know, fly off in a spaceship and all that stuff. If that comes in, it's because we've worked towards it, not because we sat back and did nothing. You see what I'm saying? Same with the angels. You've got to work towards, you know, you're asking for something, but you've got to work towards it with faith that it's happening for you in the right timing. Not, thanks angels for doing this for me, and sit back on your butt and do nothing. That doesn't work either. So the energy of this is, okay, we're in this change, very, very great change, and we're in major energy because of the first two cards. We're in major change right now. And over the next 5 weeks, because this is the Five of Wands, which indicates 5 weeks. Wands are weeks. We have this amazing change come in and the mystery is revealed. Okay. I'm also going to look at my crystal ball here for a moment because it's staring at me. Okay, so I want the light to come in it. There we go. All right, so okay, so right now I'm sort of looking into this crystal ball here. I'm just trying to move my fingers a little. Hopefully you can see it. It's kind of glowing. Yep. Okay. I want to get it in the sun. Right. Okay, so what I can sort of tell right now, just by looking at this particular crystal ball, is we have all this vibration moving in front of us. Okay. So we have this vibration moving in front of us, like everything's trying to stop us from going where we need to go. And I'm sort of getting this sensation that there are miracles around the corner. There are angels working on things. There are people coming forward. There are people revealing things that we never even thought of. We haven't thought of these people in a while. And suddenly they're coming forward. Like we haven't even thought of them. We know who they are. I would say that they are, it's like, I want to say like on the caliber of Gates, you know, like we know who that is, but we haven't heard from him in a long time, like what's going on. And others that have been out of the energy as well. I can see someone coming forth and they have, this person that's coming forth has a lot to lose by coming forward, okay? And they're going to do it anyway. Ooh. So there's going to be quite a lot of information that comes to the surface by people that we've forgotten about. They're in the back of our mind as well. And I also feel like once this comes in, once this energy comes in, it also eradicates, like it has no choice but to change who we've been listening to. Okay, I want to say that on a bigger level, who we've been forced to listen to in some ways. It's all going to change because of these people that are coming. And this one person in particular, like expensive. Okay, so they've got a lot of money. They're coming forth in a group, actually. So it's not just going to be one, because that would be too easy to just to mediate or shut it off. It's going to be a group. Oh, the beautiful energy in this particular. It's like there's like a family here, just absolutely happy where they're supposed to be, looking out at plenty of opportunity coming up here. So yeah, we just need to remember that we are in a time of incredible change. Okay, we are in a time of incredible shifting, and we have plenty of support. I don't know if you can see it, but it's all here. We have plenty of support right now. We have to be asking. Okay, things are we're moving out of this illusion and into reality, and it's going to be too many truths for people to shut down, like the media. There's too many truths behind it, whatever comes forward. Okay. Just going to do the, we're going to have a look at the fairy Lenormand. It's actually called Fairy Tale Lenormand. And they are illustrated by Lisa Hunt. And I would love Lisa Hunt to draw my dragon cards for me. Just amazing pictures. Okay, let's go. So everyone's message bombing right now at the Light Leaders Academy. It's fun. It's fun. There's a great group of people. Okay. All right, let's go Lenormand cards. This is what we're going to do. Let's start off. So we have the Rider, okay? Here comes the information. The Rider is a messenger, the first card in the deck. The information comes and it's going to release the confusion. Confusion that everybody's having. You see, I'm telling you, whoever comes forward, it's not just him that's coming forward. He's making sure that he's in a connected group, right? So there's no disputing what he's saying, I guess is the message. And it's not going to be shut down either, because it comes from an inside source. It comes from, this is what I'm getting. It comes from somebody that has been in on the whole thing, or has been seeming to be in on the whole thing, right? And it's about our health, okay? So it's about our health. Maybe it's something to do with the, you know, C19, where this has come from. Or maybe it's got to do with the jabs. Maybe it's just got to do with destiny as well. But it's coming out, okay? And it's going to bring a lot of emotion here. It's going to release and relieve people and bring people back into that energy of bonding, right? So the tree's our health. The information relieves our cloudiness. The information is about our health, and it brings us into relief, repair, happiness. Because this is what we've had, is all this discord, upset, stress. The mice are little things getting to you, one thing after another. And it's come directly from, so the stress has come directly from our government. I'm sorry. It's not being run very well. I don't know what some people are watching, but this is ridiculous. Okay? What we've had here has been atrocious leadership. Disgusting leadership. I'm sorry. It's true. I'm not into politics at all, but this is affecting everybody, and it absolutely does not need to. Especially in the United States, we have the resources that we need to look after ourselves, not go into all of this craziness we've been going into, and having our leaders say that there are 9,000, permits given, so they should just be drilling the oil. There's no oil in those positions. There's nothing there. It's useless. And they know it. Okay? This is coming down, everybody. Because the truth that reveals is going to be involving top people. And it's just how it is. I told you, the Pluto energy, if you're corrupt in any way, it's going to come crashing down on you. And no one is safe from it. Doesn't matter who we are. And we get this information. And then it puts a stop to things. Look, there's the anchor. The information comes in and it puts a stop to it all. And as you can see, this anchor, there's so much abundance. Here against the mermaid. There's so much at the bottom here. Okay, there's treasures at the bottom. There's treasures at the bottom. And that means that that's what we're hitting. Get right to the bottom of the information. Okay? And there's where all the gold is. There's where all the hidden energy is. Can't make this up. This is happening on the spot. You can hear me shuffling the cards. Then we got the house energy. Okay, the house energy can also indicate yourself as a person. Okay. And look at all the luck behind it. Okay. Finding the correct place isn't one one energy, but there's luck with a real estate investment, real estate agent. Maybe that's what you are. Okay, you're probably doing really well right now if you're a real estate agent, right? People are making, 40% more than what they're asking for. But there's house energy that is, your house is vibrating in a lucky vibration right now. Okay, what are you going to do with it? Manifest your dreams here. It's because it's coming. We're going to feel this change here. And okay, so the 36 is the cross and the whip is the argument. So the burdens, the arguments, okay, are coming to a close here. There's, this is the messenger. It's coming forth. It sort of seems like the same energy up here. Okay. So this is going to close off. Whatever we get is going to close off all of this unnecessary stress. The deaths that have occurred, stresses that have happened, the kids that have been damaged, the lives that have been destroyed. Unnecessarily is what's going to make everybody very upset in the coming weeks here. Because you're going to find out that this was all a method of control. This was all planned long ago to do this to us. And those people that we've been trusting to help us have actually been the ones behind it. And it's coming out. Okay? Doesn't matter what you believe, you're going to have to be open to the possibility that what you're told in the mainstream media, you might have to actually be open to the fact that they lie. Okay? They've been doing it for how long now? In magazines and tabloids, where suddenly, this person and this person are breaking up. And if you ask those two people, they had no idea about it. It's been happening. It's been used to control you. Think about it. Think about all the celebrities that used to come forward trying to make I just want to clear this. I've been told in the papers that this is happening and there's no such thing happening. It's a lie. It's twisted. It's contorted to put you into an energy of either excitement. Oh, this is happening. Oh my God, they've split up. Or fear. Oh my God, this is happening. Look, we have to all stick together now. And they're not sticking together. They're just sticking together in fear. That's not sticking together in hope. We have the garden and the coffin. Okay. So the transition comes and it's it's social. So it'll be on all these social networks and all these things will show us as well. It'll almost be like, it's almost like a vibration of, okay, so if you know that you've done something wrong and you've been in a group of people that have done something wrong, right? And oh my God, people have found out about this. What are you going to do? Are you going to stand with the bad crowd and go down with them? Or expecting them to help you somehow? Or are you going to stand up and say, you know what, before this comes out completely, I'm going to tell the truth? And what ends up happening is people are more likely to go more lenient on someone that just comes out and tells the truth, even if they've done something bad, than someone that continues to lie, even when they've been caught. Okay? There are people that are coming forward on social platforms and even in the news that are going to put an end to this whole situation here because they don't want to get in trouble. It's kind of a feeling I've had for a long time now that the whistleblowers come forward. But these particular whistleblowers are not just any old disgruntled employee right? These are big, big names. And it's kind of exciting to connect with that. And look, it brings the change. This is the card we started with. Here it is again. It brings the change and it brings the healing for everybody. Because we finally start to be able to tear down a system that is only designed for certain people to succeed in it. And there's more of us than there are of them. And this has always been the way of it, that people try to take over something and you know, wipe everybody out. And if you don't think that that's happened, look at history, okay? They see something they like, they come in, they wipe out the people, drive them off, do whatever, and then they settle themselves there. That cannot happen again. History does not need to repeat itself here, especially when we have not only our own brain, but we have the planets working with us in our favor. Okay, we have this ability for this to occur. We have the ability for this to happen. And we need to allow it to come into our being now. We have the energy of the stars and we have the energy of the stork. There's something very healing about the movement that's occurring. And we'll be able to change, feel grateful with the bouquet for all that's come up, receive more information with the letters that are coming out, and go into our sun energy. There it is once again. I just can't... It's just so stunning how this all comes out. Because it's the truth. You know, the truth reveals itself. Even through readings like this, the truth always reveals itself. And we're looking at different aspects of everything that's taking place, but it's still taking place anyway. Oh gosh, I just feel like, okay. All right. I'm also going to have a look at these shamanic healing cards too. I pulled these out when we were doing a reading on Zoom. And it was the first time I kind of had opened these cards. So we'll have a quick look at these as well. What else do we need to know as part of our healing journey? I just want you to know that, you know, all these years that I've been here, continuing to just spread love, light, happiness, constant guidance on how to do things, etc. I have loved every single minute of it. I have loved being here. I have loved connecting. I have loved sharing. I've loved you all seeing the changes that I've made throughout my lifetime. You know, I have loved being here to guide you on your own level, you know, and now moving into this energy of teaching everything that I know. Eventually it's all coming forward, and teaching all of this to you to all go ahead and share it as well. It means the world to me, you know, and I may not be, you know, this huge school right now and this, you know, huge amount of students and everything, but I know that that's coming as well. And I would really love you to be a part of it, like, obviously, because I just know that your life will change in so many ways because of it, and go into the direction that you want to go with, and have some training behind you that will change people's lives, you know. It's just amazing, and I just want to thank you all for being a part of this journey, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Unbelievable. Kind of feel emotional right now. All right, what do we got here? Here it is. Abundance. We just have this abundance coming in, everybody. I know it doesn't seem that way, and it seems unbelievable right now because everything seems to be going up. But remember, we have so many working for us. It's not even funny. We have so many light teams that are taking care of things for us, and we are moving into our retreating energy and our peaceful energy and where we really want to be. And that means we're abundant in so many ways. Forgiveness needs to come in, because we will have to forgive a lot when we get all of this information happening. We will have to forgive a lot. You know, we're going to have to let it go so we can move forward. We just hope that justice will be done in the right way, and everybody will have an understanding of why things have been so difficult when they didn't need to be. And there we go into this healing energy, right? There are signs around you as well of what's really, you know, needed. And we all need to be very, very appreciative right now, and really be grateful, and spend time outside to clear our energy as well. You know, focus on the empowerment of ourselves. Focus on unlimited possibilities. Focus on the dreams that we have and the goals and the health. And look, teaching. Unlimited possibilities with teaching and learning. The tree's here. The knowledge is here. The tree of knowledge. Tree of life. And trees are so important for us. Oxygen giving. Go and adopt a tree. My husband and I have a tree that we adopted out in the park. And actually just thinking about moving away and having to say goodbye to trees just hit me right now. We will try to give as much love to tree as we can before we go. We go and take crystals for him and talk to him when we go past. So yeah, really need to embrace nature right now. Emotional release. This is what we need. We really do need to just feel those feelings, you know. Whatever feelings they are. And however bizarre it may be to somebody else, you know, they don't have to live your life, okay? And they don't understand the way that you do. But we just need to allow ourselves sometimes for the soul to have a cleanse. And move into this home vibration. You see how this home keeps coming up in the cards? Home changes. The moon, the stars, the energy around us. The stripping of illusions, bringing us into a new truth and a new reality. And this anger card came flipping itself out. And we were stinging ourselves with that anger, remember? And we need to let that go, because that only hurts us. Nobody else gets it. You're angry at how others make you feel. Stop it, because you're actually hurting yourself. We have to keep moving ahead. We have to put light on the situation. Bring in this reunion of souls, people coming together. And new beginnings. Look at this. Right? It's all here. It's all here. We have this beautiful vibration coming in to help us, to assist us. And we just got to be appreciating this energy as it comes forward, right? So we can move ahead. There's been so many things that are unsettling for all of us, right? We've all had this unsettling energy vibration that's been occurring. We've all had misunderstandings. You know, we've had times where were just like, God, why can't people just get it? You know, but we've got to stop worrying about other people and what they may think, feel, and do, because that's what we've done our whole life, is based our whole life on the feelings and thoughts and ideas of everybody else. And if we think of a collective, what we really want for ourselves is just to be able to be free to do whatever the hell we want without hurting anybody, of course. We just want to be able to go where we want to go, feel free to create what we want to create. We want to have our children healthy and happy and going to school if they want to go to school, or whatever they want to do that brings them happiness. You just want everybody to be able to create and enjoy a life, and a life of abundance and ease, because, you know, this life cycle has been about struggle and coming to the other side of the struggle now. And we have to just give ourselves a chance for that to occur. And finally, I'm going to do the Black Moon astrology cards. I don't know why. They're just here. The 10th house of the world. Okay, so here we are, the world, how it connects with us, how your place in the world, and what it is. Okay, this is affecting us right now. So what's the message about our 10th house, our career, the way the world sees us, and what's happening in the world? Yod, we move into destiny. Okay, Yod is the top part, or the top angel in the Jewish Kabbalah, right? So we move into the Yod energy. This is what the world is doing. Oh my God. Okay. We got told before to move into the North Node, into our destiny. Communicating. There's another card of communication. The air element, the air signs, they all communicate really well. And they always like to see what's coming up in the future as well. But our destiny is communicating, or communication brings us into our destiny. Someone saying something brings us into our destiny. See? What else do we need to know? And then we have the water element that comes in, and we sense all of this stuff. Holy mackerel. You believe this? Our feelings, our senses. What do we got here? Let's have a look. Okay, what else is going on with the world? And our world. Having a knowing. This is another air sign. We end up knowing. Our destiny is to know. Oh boy. Our destiny is to know the hell is going on. Okay? Justice is going to be done and served up very quickly. And it's also about just trusting in this knowing, and trusting in the energy of your destiny and things unfolding. Okay? It doesn't say it's going to be easy. But we are, in this age of Aquarius energy. So there's the woman, there's the female, there's the planetary stuff. So, it's going to save us. Pisces says, I believe. Pisces believes in everything. Pisces is always very psychic and very in tune. They're very putting themselves last kind of energy, but they also have a very strong belief. So we have to believe in what we know. We have to believe in our destiny, in our communication and our senses. This is incredible. And we go into stability. Oh my God, the earth element. So the Taurus element of stability, of resources, finances, groundedness, connectedness, like-minded people. It's all here. What else do we need to know? The Grand Cross is the provoker of energy. So yeah, we're going to be provoked because we know, right? And they don't like that. It's like poking a bear. It's what's coming up. It's like dark energy, no matter where it is ferocious because it wants to scare you into submission. It knows you're more powerful than it, but if it can scare you, you're going to listen, aren't you? We've got to stop. Void, of course, moon. So, yeah, parts of the story from this provoking energy are definitely missing. Okay? We don't care because we already believe and we already know. And then Jupiter comes in with the abundance. How many times do we want to get told that we're going to be okay? Abundantly. Jupiter doesn't mess around. It brings a lot of great luck. And Jupiter is coming in with Neptune for April. And we're going to see some big things change for then as well. Last card. Love. Love wins. Oh my God. Love wins the day. Venus is all about beauty and comfort and abundance and pampering and finding the love of your life and finding love in dark situations and love conquering all. Love being, the thing that keeps us all together. Love being the only thing that can defeat hate and anger and greed and all of these dark elements. Love is the light leader. Love is the leader of light. And greed and evil is the leader of darkness. And love triumphs in the end. It's overtaking everything. And you can take that however you want to take it. But this world is the way that it's going right now, it cannot continue in that way. For humanity to evolve, for humanity to ascend, we have to come together in love and understanding. And even for those, and forgive those that are doing all this wrong to us, because that's something that they can't do. An evil energy cannot forgive. An evil energy never forgets. An evil energy is all about maintaining power at all costs. And a loving vibration will maintain love at all costs and spread it as far as they can to engulf even those who are evil. That's the difference. The difference is between light and dark is that light embraces everything it touches. And darkness is shut off as soon as light enters the energy, enters the room, enters the space. It shuts off. It can't handle it. It skedaddles. So you need to be sending love everywhere, even to people you hate, especially people you hate, especially people that upset you and drive you crazy. They need it, because that love is the only thing that will perhaps shift an evil energy. It's the only thing, especially with regards to people. Now, we ask for any implants that are anywhere in these leaders, that they are deactivated and dissolved. So they can't get any commands from anywhere. People don't believe in that, but it's true. I mean, look what you're dealing with. So, love conquers everything. So, I love all of you, each and every one of you. Okay, even the haters. And I am sending that out, okay, all the time. And I just hope that this reading has helped you today. I'm now going to go and spend time with my wonderful husband for his birthday and make him a cake and all kinds of things today and spoil him. So I will get this going and sending much love. Have a wonderful, wonderful day of reflection. Spend time in nature. Be love, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay? Bye for now.